Bonesy, how's it going, man? We did it.
Oh, it's great. My voice is dying, but I'm here. It was fun.
And then Swain, you ready to go?
Yeah, I suppose. Well, knocked out and feeling a little down on myself, but
A little salty.
a little salty. Yeah, I was a little salty, but probably not as salty as Fallout. But we'll get to that.
Hey guys, we're here too.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Oh, wait.
Oh,
You guys are still
these guys.
Still here?
Oh,
Hi.
okay,
Hi,
listeners.
Hey, podcast world.
It is us, Dan and Otter.
Look, guys, don't address them as podcast
iTunes
world.
rules.
We don't. We never say that. We never say podcast world. We don't say
Crucible
iTunes
Radio
rules.
listeners.
For the listeners, this is Dan and this is Otter. They helped us set up the tournament, and we said if they helped out, they could come on the show, and well, here they are.
So I get to come next week too, right? Is that wait? No.
Wait,
Otter, let's have a conversation later about this.
Okay.
We'll just set expectations appropriately.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is where I live now.
So do we just kick them out? Like, Birds, are you gonna take it or this?
Nah, let's just start the show and get it over with.
All right, guys. You gonna get out now?
Thanks for showing up.
Yeah,
and great work
thanks.
on the tournament. Great guest spot. Well done.
It's a short episode this week. See you guys next week, though.
Right. Again, we'll talk.
This has been your host, Medical Otter, and
You're not a host. You're a guest. You're not a host.
Dang it.
What's up? It's your boy Dan Pones here.
Don't do the what's up. It's your boy.
Andrew, just drop the music.
Yeah, just
Right
cut it.
here. There's
Please.
Save us.
Bye.
Welcome back, listeners. We are welcome back. Welcome. We just had a great event happen, and I'm sitting here with my friends. How are you doing, Birds?
Oh, I'm doing great. Kell's Angels Classic, first ever Crucible Radio tournament, went off without a hitch. I was nervous the entire time, but we landed. I think it went great. Bonesy, how you doing?
I'm good. I made it. I was so stressed about multitasking, and not stressed in a bad way, but just having this overlay and
layers
12 streams running on my computer and info being fed in, and then trying to watch my own chat. But I'm impressed with myself and the technological accomplishment that was the stream. And I only showed people my Twitter account and the Google homepage 4 times. And otherwise it was real smooth transitions and no one knew what I was doing. Overall, I felt good. And it was really, really fun to talk about. Hey, Dan, what's going on, dude?
I'm doing great, Bones. How are you, Otter?
Oh, it's me. Hi. I'm doing fantastic. Real hyped to be here, and really just glad that I can have a beer now that the tournament's over.
Oh, man. So we got to formally introduce these guys. These guys are 2 parts of the Crucible Radio team. The show is a lot more than just the 3 of us.
Yeah.
We could not do the podcast, and
we couldn't do anything.
Do tournaments like this. Yeah, we would be dead in the water without our team behind the scenes. And today we put on a tournament, and Otter and Daniel were full-time tournament organizers, getting matches started, filling out the spreadsheet, did a ton of work leading up to this, putting together graphics, Dan had some incredible graphics, figuring out the bracket, figuring out the format, and just working out all the details of making this happen. So 100% serious. Thanks so much, you guys. And
Yes.
welcome to the show.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I just bragged about the whole Twitch thing that I was multitasking, but really that was also possible because I had a stream of information, and you guys were hard at work while I got to watch races for most of that time. So that was pretty amazing how that kind of came together.
Yeah, I just watched from the sidelines while I was sick all week, running up to getting it ready, just watching and be like, way to go, dudes. You're doing a good job. And then after that, during the race, I just got the race. So I got that. But I jumped in, did a freestyle commentary with Bones. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we I don't know, this started in a different way. Like the Kell's Angels started with a very different, smaller idea, and it kind of expanded once we, took a look at the Bungie competitive license. We got in touch through some of your guys' connections with some of the Bungie people, and really took off. And leading up to it, we do all this work, and Birds, Otter, and myself, as well as Bones, and then Swain's the racer. We're doing all this work, but you think like, oh, I don't know how it's gonna go. Like, no matter what, like, you think like, I have no clue how this is actually gonna like work out. And it went great. Like, it was really smooth. A couple minor hiccups, but I mean, those sorts of things happen in any kind of tournament live event format, I guess.
Yeah.
And you might remember me from your intro to Sweat stuff, where I just kind of put that together on the fly, day of, just shooting out a million PSN messages. And I was telling Birds that this time we had a really, really nice streamlined Excel sheet that Birds came up with, which was just an absolute godsend. Because last time my spreadsheet was me manually inputting live people's names and like blacking them out and sending people messages and being like, I don't.
You're giving me like a panic attack right now. I can't handle.
Yeah, it wasn't ideal, but we made it happen last time, and this time it went so much smoother, and it was so nice to interact with our participants and hear their great feedback and just get everything nailed down real smooth.
Yeah, I would say from my perspective as a racer, everything was like fun. It was like great. We got the invite. Everybody joined in. Everybody was like ready to race, ready to have a good time. Not a single person like with a bad attitude or anything. Everybody was like the nicest person ever.
Oh yeah.
And having you guys there to just kind of like be like, all right, this is what you're doing, laying out the rules, letting everybody know. It was just perfect, start to finish.
It really helps having someone like Birds also on the behind the scenes team, because if you guys don't know, Birds is a massive nitpicker.
Oh my God. I was waiting for the compliment. Yeah, no, I confess I'm a complete and utter neurotic control freak because I'm afraid of things going wrong. It happens.
Yeah, that was great because it really kept us in line. Everything was scripted, which is great, and makes it real easy for us to just kind of stay on task and get everybody moving as fast as we can get them through the door,
Well, that's it. Like, Daniel, you mentioned like I don't know why I'm calling you Daniel. I've called you Dan since the day I met you.
Daniel.
PSN is Daniel. So
I know. I can't stop looking at it. You had mentioned sort of like you do so much preparation and you just don't know what's going to happen. The thing that got me was we had a couple questions that was like, how long do you think this is going to run? And just like thinking like, well, if we start at 1 p.m., I have no fucking idea how long it's going to take. How long is it going to take? We've got our first round 16 race groups. Every single one of those, you got to build the party, explain the rules. And I was kind of shocked to find out like it's 2 hours in and we're already into the finals. We've had no downtime. Like, I think we put on a pretty good Destiny tournament, but we might have taken the prize for like fastest or shortest running Destiny tournament for the number of individual entries that we had.
I mean, that being said, though, it was so smooth, and the qualifiers were, I think, the toughest part because we had 16 groups of up to 6 people competing, and that was crazy. And while I was quote unquote commentating, it was more so just sort of talking to chat, laughing at Swain when his stream was up and trying to get other people and just hopping around and just watching people race, basically. But I always had feeds and I always had the most relevant thing. And then once we got to the eliminators, and especially in the semifinals, I had streams coming from at least one person in every race. And then we started staggering them. So, I mean, this thing could have been done in like 2 hours, but that's no fun. So it was awesome to keep it that organized because I got to, give other streams a shout out, let everyone else get their time on the main stage and try to rotate people in while also making sure that everyone knows everything that's happening in the tournament as we got up to the finals. And it just went so smoothly once we got towards the end.
All right. Well, I got a question for you guys. We've been working on this tournament for, a month and a half, 2 months or something.
I think.
Easy. And it's, I mean, we're recording the podcast. Anklet in the chat has offered a hot rod cast or a pod racer cast. Thanks for those wonderful puns. But as soon as you finish it, like my brain is already starting to go, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? So I guess question for both of you guys. What do you want to do next? There's a ton of work that happens behind the scene. What are you looking forward to? Maybe Otter?
Yeah, if I can. I would love to put together Bones' vision of the Rumble tournament. I think that would be a really cool project to take on next. Definitely want to commit to that February 30th date for that.
Stop doing that. People, we're just getting emails about our calendar being broken.
Yeah, I think that comes once every 5 years, actually.
Oh,
is that how that works? Anyways, no. Pretty sure. That project sounds really cool. It sounds like something that isn't happening right now. So it would be really cool to keep our unique streak and put together something that's a little bit more win your ones oriented and just kind of get everyone together to be pretty cool.
Agreed. Dan, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, the Rumble tournament's a great idea. I'm real psyched for that one to start coming into fruition. For me personally, I mean, I think I'm probably going to try and put something together to recap Kell's Angels. Maybe give it a permanent home on the website. Something that, people can go back and reference, and maybe some sort of video recap, something like that. And then really it's just it's moving on to the next thing. If that's the Rumble thing or if that's further down the line, we'll figure it out. But I'm definitely excited about what today made seem possible. Mm-hmm. Because it opened up a lot of doors for things that we can do in the future, I think.
Yeah, I think the outline from today's tournament it's almost like very easy to relate it over to the Rumble tourney because it's six people and they're all individuals.
Yeah.
So
not having to build the spreadsheet from scratch again, because this single entry is single entry. We're definitely going to tweak the format. We're going to maybe look at our seeding algorithm and make some improvements, but to know that we can pull it off with this many people, this many individual entrants. I think we're set up nicely for that.
Yeah. To be honest, man, I really want to do something huge. I want to take on that project where you guys say, you know what, we're going to work with 300 people, 500 people, whatever the number may be, but just something enormous and have it just be this insane tournament. I don't know if that's possible. Today was insane on our end, so I can't tell you that we wouldn't start that and I would just be never mind, I quit. But it sounds awesome, in theory.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for your work behind the scenes today, and thanks for coming on the show. And we'll see you in the chat.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Good work.
Yeah,
Later,
absolute
guys.
pleasure, guys.
Proud of you.
See ya.
Thanks.
Thanks.
All right. Well, thanks again to Otter and Dan. Guys did a great job today. Bonesy, Swain,
man,
welcome to the podcast for all things Destiny PvP. Am I right?
Yeah,
right.
We're here, man. We're here.
The PvP was all Sparrows today, and I can't believe my voice is not completely shot, but we've talked about that enough. Kell's Angels Classic was a huge, huge success. Shout out to ScaRdrow for bringing home the gold. You'll hear from him if you haven't already. So let's talk about Destiny, that whole Crucible part of it. Yeah, should we do that at least a little bit this week?
Let's do it. Well, we got some news in the TWAB. We talked about it last week before.
We unpacked it pretty heavily, whatever they gave us a little bit there. But
we digging into those tidbits.
We got some more info this week. The info being that there's going to be a live stream with one person that's been on the show before and another person who has not. Greg Peng and Josh Hamrick, Sandbox designers, going to be on Twitch this upcoming Wednesday, February 8th, 10 a.m. Pacific.
Hey, Josh, it's me, your podcast.
Get on in there. They're going to be doing all sorts of things, showing off some stuff that we haven't even seen before.
They're calling it a live fire exercise, and I believe last week they mentioned a math class. I don't know what to expect from this stream, but
graphs.
I think I'm going to like it.
Graphs.
Oh, God, give me graphs.
Give me graphs.
Give me
I'll put
graphs.
them in a spreadsheet.
Yeah, so as we've covered for almost 2 or 3 weeks now, hotfix 2.5.0.2, which is just a great name.
It flows,
will be
just like rolls off the tongue.
so smooth. Coming to consoles on February 14th, which is
now we have a
much more specific than mid-February. And
can we just all acknowledge me getting it right on the last podcast? Guessed it perfectly.
Okay,
Happy Valentine's
you
Day.
guessed the Tuesday that's most mid-February, but you're right. You did. You nailed it.
Yo, credit. Respect.
Press F.
All right, well, that covers our
We did it.
Crucible news for this week.
No, seriously, I'm excited for it. I thought I was going to miss it, but I'm excited to see what they have in store. I'd imagine like it'll be a whole combo section where they throw some graphs at us with like what they've done before, but on live stream. Maybe do like, I would love if they like showed you ranges for certain things, like changes.
Oh, man.
Like how like a very Fallout style live fire. Because live fire, they may do it. Didn't they do something before where they just had people shooting the guns at each other in like a Crucible match? I forget when that was.
Yeah, they just had a couple skirmish teams.
He's like, oh, he's got a auto rifle on now. Let's see how it goes. That's when they did the subclass tuning too.
That was for leading up into the April update when Prison of Elders was coming back.
Was that when
there
they
was
changed
a big patch?
Sunbreakers, and they're like, here's what Sunbreaker looks like now, or was that something else?
I don't know. Sunbreakers weren't drastically changed, but Sunsingers were changed at that point. Grant was on to talk about firebolts and all that brouhaha.
Yes.
But yeah, that was the last time they've really just sort of demonstrated saying, hey, we're changing the Crucible environment. Here's how. And interestingly enough, there's been quite a few adjustments to Crucible, not in necessarily your loadout, but just rules and little things like special ammo and heavy ammo and map, invisible walls to prevent that sort of thing. They've really actually done a few quality of life updates that I've been really appreciative of, and I'm interested to see if there's anything else in that regard, because those change the game as much as which special weapon I end up wanting to use is sometimes.
You know, that's interesting with Destiny 2, not yet announced, but looming in the distance. And I believe the last sort of whatever leak put it sometime in 2017. We might be closing in on the final version of Destiny here. You know, I imagine we'll still have a couple more live events before it's all said and done. Maybe another patch, but I think we're getting to the point where, you know, each balance patch has been a little bit smaller than the last one for the most part. You know, there's always certainly balance issues that could be changed, but they seem to have really sort of dialed in what their vision for the Crucible is. And you know, it's a rare thing with a game like Destiny to know that the version of the game you're playing might be the complete version that, you know, you can't go back and play year 1 Destiny anymore. But you might be able to continue to play year 3 Destiny with this last patch in place.
It's crazy. I'm getting emotional.
Yeah, I wanted to say some stuff like about we'll do the Sparrow racing again next year, but like, who knows what we'll be doing next year.
Knows?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have this. We right now we have no sense of like, the Dawning is coming back, or what's the Dawning going to be like? SRL, Festival of the Lost, that sort of thing. We already saw Crimson Doubles was a one-time thing. It could come again in some iteration, but the future is uncertain, and I think that's in large part a good thing. We want that sequel, and we want that news, but right now we don't know. And yeah, it's been a long time playing this game, and yeah, that's it. It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah. I'm a little choked up now thinking about it.
You know, though, I was gonna say, so we don't have much to talk about this week. Obviously, we are waiting for this patch so we can go nuts with it. But I played a little bit of Crucible recently. A little bit. I did the podcast showdown. It was so much fun.
Yeah, man.
And not just, we raised 18,000 for St. Jude's, which was beyond our wildest dreams for that event. It was super fun getting to play against people who are some of the first people I knew of in the Destiny community. When I first decided to look someone up on Twitter, I figured out the old Planet Destiny crew, now the Destiny Community Podcast, and some of those people are the first people that told me what gun to use, which was cool. But the actual experience of playing 5v5 was a blast. Trying out the bubble meta, that was really fun. And then, so kind of getting back into that energy, and then we try to do some pickup sweats and stuff, and like that just felt really great to do. So I'm kind of considering trying to do a lot more of that. Trials was my big focus in most of the end of year 2 and definitely at the beginning of Rise of Iron. Like I just wanted to be really good at Trials, and I still want to be good at Trials. But I'm gonna start getting my feet wet in the sweats again, because recently my Saturdays cleared up, scheduling changed, which is always nice, and tournaments that happen on Saturdays are now something I could feasibly attend. So that's my new goal for 2017, is to get in a couple tournaments before the sequel comes out. And I'm not saying I'm gonna win them, but I want to maybe get through the first round. Maybe pull a Fallout and lose dramatically in the eliminators when I should have moved on to the semifinals and feel that need for revenge on the next one. But I kind of just want to make that a new little priority, is to start showing up, because my ultimate goal is to talk about those tournaments and shoutcast them, which is truly the most fun I have in the Destiny world. But the only way to do that and know it the best is to also get in on the games as they're happening. So
yeah,
that's a beautiful thing. Yeah, I think after today, I was, this is the first ever tournament I've been involved with, and yeah, if you wanna start competing and attending the tournaments, I love it. I know for me, I want to make them happen. I think we've got an opportunity to put on some unique, some really fun events, and yeah, I think I got the bug.
Yeah, no,
it was so great working with everyone. I just want to do it again.
One thing I took away from this tournament we threw, for sure, was I enjoyed playing in it. I loved like that moment of competition where you get like you get nervous. You get like, oh, let's do this, let's go. I tend to thrive in that pressure. I love it, and it's one of my favorite places to be. And it only really happens when you have like a stage, almost like, Twitch is definitely a stage, and you definitely can experience that there. But one thing I discovered while doing this was after I lost, I got to hop on with Bonesy and just commentate about it. And I
was loving your commentary.
That was fun. It was like, I didn't realize I would enjoy it as much as I did.
Yeah.
And it really it kind of shows what I know about certain things. Like, I may not be able to execute them as well with my thumbs, but I sure as hell can talk about them. Yeah. So if Bonesy, if you want to be in the tournaments, I sure as hell will commentate them.
Dude, I kind of wanted to see how I stacked up on the race course today. I'm just curious. I don't think I was going to win, because I've never put up a sub 4-minute time on Infinite Descent ever. But I really was watching. I'm going like, I know how to do that, or at least I know that's the right move.
It was cool for me to see the guy that I almost beat out go to the semifinals. It was like, all right, well, that kind of feels good. Maybe I would have been there if I hadn't done those stupid moves on the track.
Dude, those tourney life of losing to the guy who goes on to win and just feeling very good about your third or fourth place finish. And you're like, yeah, but I also lost to the guy who was the best. So that makes me kind of like second best. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, there's something magical that happens because, you're playing trials and either your fire team makes it or you don't. You might actually know the people you lose to, but you're still losing. Just the strongest sense that everyone who showed up to play today was on the same team. We're all working to the same goal. Everyone, just the attitude was great. It just feels like sort of the world got a little bit bigger. Like that there's, I don't know, that we got a real big fire team now, and everyone in it is pretty awesome.
Yep.
All right. Well, we got to give some shout outs to the people who make this happen. Of course, a big shout out to our Patreon supporters.
Oh my God.
This event wouldn't have been possible without their support.
Yeah, the event, the podcast in general wouldn't happen without your support. So we really appreciate it.
We don't expect anyone to sign up. If you do, you get some great treats. But I think the real treat is that you enable things that everyone benefits from. So thanks again to them. And we also have to give a shout out this week to our sponsor, Casper Mattresses.
Woo!
Swain. Oh, we're living that Casper life. Casper is an obsessively engineered mattress at a shockingly fair price.
It's got supportive memory foams to create an award-winning sleep service with just the right amount of sink and just the right amount of bounce. I mean, I sleep so well on this thing. I almost overslept the tournament today because I was like, I'm gonna take a little bit of a nap.
Starting at like 5 p.m. for you.
Yeah, but I woke up really early. I did a bunch of stuff around the house. I'm still kind of sick. I caught the birds virus. But yeah, I was like, I'll take a nap right before I go live. I need it. So I have my voice for the rest of the day. And so good.
Yeah, there's nothing else like it. I cannot describe how much better just the quality of my sleep is on my Casper mattress. Time Magazine named it one of the best inventions of 2015, and I know why.
Yeah. So try Casper for 100 nights risk-free in your own home. If you don't love it, they'll pick it up and refund you everything. Casper understands the importance of truly sleeping on a mattress before you commit. No longer going into the store and jumping up and down on it and see if it's good enough for you. Especially considering you spend a third of your life sleeping on it.
That's true, man. It's free shipping and free returns to anywhere in the US and Canada. And with over 20,000 reviews and an average rating of 4.8 stars, it's become the internet's favorite mattress.
I mean, I wish our iTunes had 20,000 reviews on it.
We might be at 4.8 stars.
Look, guys, we're not as comfy as this mattress. That's all there is to it.
We're too prickly.
So go check it out. You can get $50 towards any mattress purchase by visiting casper.com/crucible and using offer code Crucible. That's CRUCIBLE. Check it out. There, you got nothing to lose, and you might just get the best sleep ever. Terms and conditions apply.
And make sure that you share that you picked one up on Twitter with us. We would love to hear from you guys who get our ads. Want to see you.
And we have fun with them.
Okay, guys. So before this episode is officially over, I know everyone's just freaking out about this new patch, and we want it to come soon. I wish we could fall asleep on a Casper mattress for 2 weeks and wake up when it's there. But we are going to talk to the champion of the Kell's Angels Classic. I was saying this during the tournament before the semifinals, that I think one of the coolest things about Destiny is that there are people who are very, very, very good at Destiny in so many different ways. And you've got people soloing the raids that are designed for 6 smart people to try to figure out. You've got the amazing people playing trials and putting 2 teammates on their back and helping people to the lighthouse. You've got the tournament kids who are just brutally good. And then you've got, we've even had strike races. Like, this game has everything, but this guy's great at SRL. So we're going to go ahead and talk to ScaRdrow.
Tournament champ. Music this week. It's a few more tracks from our favorite artist, Prefect, coming out of Sweden. Check him out at soundcloud.com/Victor with a K, Soderholm. Just check the description. We got a link there. Go click it. Go listen. Go listen to everything he ever made. And if you're a musician, maybe you just started a band, you make electronic music, you're a rapper, send us your tunes. Now is the time. We need your music. We want to play it on the show. All you got to do, it's so easy. Just send us an email, crucibleradio@gmail.com.
Welcome, everyone, back to Crucible Radio. I assume there was a musical break or something right before this chunk, and now you're listening again. We have brought in the champion of the Kell's Angels Classic here in the Kell's Angels studio, Mr. ScaRdrow. Welcome and congratulations, man. Hell of a race day.
Thanks first for putting such an amazing tournament. That was brilliant, and I loved it. Especially the final. Especially the final where we had to play all the maps. That was amazing.
Yeah, the Mario Kart method was it was pretty fun because I really wanted to see all of them get played. You know, like everyone's got to do their best, and you can't just be like, "Oh yeah, it's my best map." You know, you got to perform on all of them.
The last one is perfect. I love that map. Playing on Infinite
Me
Descent.
too. It's my favorite, and it's the one I actually I ended up third on on Venus. It's my favorite map. I love it, but I could not overtake Cloud on this last race. That was insane.
Yeah, you really put up a fight there.
ScaRdrow, you did, I believe, 10 races today, all the way to the final round. Tell me a little bit about sort of the level of competition. It seems like it really started getting tough pretty early on.
Yeah, the competition was here even on the early level of the tournaments, but when it really came down to the wire was to the semifinal where we had some very close race, and even the quarterfinal where we had couple close race. But the semifinals was pretty stacked, for sure.
Yeah, a lot of great competition there. Obviously, you know, your Sparrow racing career is a lot more than just this tournament. You've set world records, but tell me a little bit. How do you get to be the best? How did you get to this spot and be able to just consistently turn out such great race times?
I wouldn't call myself the best until Froggy and I and all of the top 6 of this tournament fight together.
Maybe we need to put on like an exhibition match or something. Do a double Mario Kart format.
I would definitely like to see.
Yeah, Froggy was hanging out in chat though. He was enjoying it. He wished he could have been in it.
I wish too. Like,
fortunately, we don't have cross-platform.
I mean, I could go to a friend house and play Xbox if you guys ever won Xbox tournaments. Yeah, that was.
We may count on you for that once we set up an Xbox tournament sometime soon.
Yeah, one of these
We're going to
days.
need to get some Xboxes, I think. That's step one. So can you talk a little bit sort of about your strategy and, you know, what was sort of going through your head when you were duking it out for first place?
I was praying to not get randomly bumped out of the map pretty much all the time.
Yep.
So did you enjoy using the trick Sparrow? I know you're used to using the overdrive Sparrow, and you even were a little bit key in helping us make that decision as far as rules go, to make sure there's no death skipping, make sure that we have the right Sparrows. That way everybody's on an even playing field. It felt a lot more competitive once we got everyone on those the same Sparrow.
Yeah, it's exactly like F1 racing or MX5 racing. Like between those two, you're gonna have such a gap between people because you can have like a second time difference. And what like the trick Sparrow brings is the best competition you're gonna ever see for Sparrow racing. Even though it is so hard to overtake someone like Cloud, that was impossible to overtake, honestly. But yeah,
Yeah, you had to get lucky and hit like a inside corner or something, or like take a risk to take over someone.
exactly.
In those
Like
races.
on the last lap, I tried to make something crazy, like go on the inside super hard, and I hit the wall and finish third place that way. So yeah. About the rules, it's very smart rules because the problem with the red sparrows is you can have, if you're not the host, you can randomly die because of the glitch, and that's not competitive. Like if someone has exchange to randomly explode, that's not a tournament for me. That's not gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just RNG there.
Yeah. It's like having bloom for like 100% bloom for last word, and everyone used last word. That wouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I was interested to see today, you race in sort of public SRL, and you're always in a group of 6, and you're playing against people who enjoy bumping into you as much as they do putting up a good time. Here we saw people really focusing on having that perfect line, but still a lot of bumping, a lot of sort of jockeying for position and just trying to get that right. Was that sort of part of your strategy, or were you just trying to stay far away from people and just keep your line perfect?
So my actual goal when I was starting the race was to actually take first place as soon as possible and create a gap between me and the second guy. Otherwise, if I stay on second place or like third place, it is so hard to overtake the first one. It is. I don't know how I because if you watch all of the final race, I think on the first one I was second for the 3 laps, and I managed to overtake the guy on the last lap. That was pretty insane. I don't even know how I did that, but it's so yeah. I pretty much tried to stay. When the race started, I wanted to get first. Sorry, by the way, for my accent, I'm French. If you wonder, that's why you have the shitty English, shitty accent. If you ever wonder. So yeah, my objective was to go first as soon as possible and avoid contact, because it's fucking RNG, dude. It is so fucking RNG. Yep. Like on your screen, you're gonna go left. On his screen, you're gonna go above him. So everything can happen. And you can see, I almost lost. I think that was one of the quarterfinal race. I almost lost one of those races because of one of those random physics contacts, unfortunately.
Yeah, I saw you hit seemingly nothing on sands, and right before the boost, and suddenly almost came to a complete halt and couldn't really tell what happened.
Yeah, so yeah, avoid contacts as much as you can if you want to be consistent.
So ScaRdrow, we know you are a amazing SRL racer, but what else do you do as a streamer? I know you were doing, as soon as you got off, you jumped into the wall of glass. Do you what else do you do?
I like Destiny as a whole. Like I love Sparrow. Like from the beta of Destiny, I love Sparrow from this moment. But I pretty much, I like the speed. I like the speed and the movement abilities in Destiny. So I love Titan Skinning, Sunbreaker, PvE, PvP trials, everything. Speedrunning.
Sunbreaker.
Yeah, I mean Sunbreaker since Trial Garrison came out, pretty much.
Yeah, me and you, man, you came into my chat the one night and we were talking about it a little bit. Running very similar setups, but I think I run Suncharge and you run
Yeah,
Hammer?
we run reverse Sunbreaker setup. Like, it's kind of funny.
Classic.
Nice. Well, it's nice to have another fellow Titan here with me recording, but where can people find you on the internet if they want to catch you streaming, they want to catch you talking about Destiny?
On Twitter is my name everywhere, pretty much, like ScaRdrow, Twitter, Twitch, ScaRdrow, with YouTube even ScaRdrow, and yeah, that's about it.
Cool. Nice.
All right. Well, congratulations again for your first place victory. It was such a blast to watch you play, and I think next time we throw another Sparrow Racing tournament, I'm going to bring you in officially to help us keep these rules tight, help us get this format perfect.
Mm-hmm.
great having you in the race today, and thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for you guys for making this tournament amazing.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we'll let you go. We know it's like 3 a.m. wherever where you are. So
he's committed.
Oh, God. See you guys. Have a good night. Have a good show.
Have a good night, man.
Oh, guys,
Man.
It's been a long time coming. We are on the other side. Crucible Radio tournament out of the way.
In the books. Put it away. Put it
So
on the
many
shelf.
Sherry's berries today. And, yeah, I am ready to crash.
As always, everyone, you can find us in several different places on the internet. Most of all, we want you to head on over to youtube.com/Crucible Radio and check us out. We want you to hit that subscribe. We got it. Like we said earlier, we got a lot of things cooking in the books.
Actually, I'm ready to announce something.
Oh, okay.
Starting this week, our very first week, we are going to be hosting our own YouTube version of the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
With, stream highlights hand-selected. Our video editors have paid off. We've got a great new team supporting us there. And this very first week, if you want to check us out, you want to see an enhanced version featuring footage from this amazing tournament.
Yeah, if you sit at your desk and you just listen to us there and you just want to listen to it while on YouTube or whatnot, check us out there. Hit that subscribe button and follow us because we're going to have other videos too. We're going to have some map reviews. We're going to have some gun stuff, loadouts, all that good things. When a patch drops, you know it. We're going to cover it all. So check it out there.
YouTube.com/Crucible Radio.
YouTube.com/Crucible Radio. As always, you can.
What is it? Is it youtube.com/Crucible Radio?
Oh my God, it is!
Actually, I think it's
I feel like we said Crucible Radio.
Crucible.com/YouTube Radio. YouTube.com/Crucible Radio. I'm going to go eat some more shit.
We've officially said that word 6,000 times on this episode.
Well, thank you, everyone. We will see you next week with a deep dive into all the stuff that they unpacked.
All the stuff. Almost there.
So close.
Let's go. Goodbye.
Let's go.
Love you, bye.
See ya.